Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Luddy Dillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
Okay, so you're ready to show your house.
Yeah.
You're excited, maybe a little stressed. It's a big deal. But you also want to really nail those showings.
You're in luck. We're going to cover all that today, diving deep into the art of showing your house. It's more than just cleaning up.
So more than just tidying up a bit.
Yeah, it's about creating an experience, connecting with buyers, helping them picture themselves living there.
Got it. Okay, so let's pretend we're directing a movie. The buyers are the audience. What's the first scene?
For first impressions are key. We call it curb appeal. You pull up to the house. What do you see? That welcoming entrance or a bunch of stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen some curb appeal fails.
You want to grab their attention right away.
I want to see more.
Oh.
Okay, so we got to make that first glance amazing. But what about inside the house? Is it all about deep cleaning? Because honestly, I kind of hate cleaning.
Well, deep clean is important. We're talking those often overlooked spots, ceiling fans, cobwebs. You want the house to sparkle.
Okay, sparkling house check. But what about all my stuff? All that clutter.
Decluttering is key. Buyers need to see themselves, their stuff in the space. Less clutter means more money. Research shows that.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're giving them a blank canvas. Like they can really see their future there.
Yeah. Clear those surfaces, organize those closets, maybe even think about a storage unit.
A storage unit. Okay, I'm starting to sweat a bit. But isn't there a risk of making the house feel too impersonal? Like a hotel?
You're right. We don't want it to be too sterile. The key is that balance. Clean and inviting, but still with personality.
So sparkling, clean, decluttered, and a touch of personality.
Yeah.
What's next on our movie set?
Now let's think about creating a welcoming atmosphere. Buyers got to feel at ease, like they could live there.
You mean no more of that awkward shoes off at the door rule?
Exactly. You don't want to make people feel like they're intruding.
Especially if they have those nice shoes on that they can't walk in.
Let them explore. Resist the urge to follow them around, pointing out every detail.
Oh, yeah, I hate when people do that. Let the house do the talking.
Exactly. Here's a little something to add some warmth. Leave a little treat by the door, a little thank you note for visiting.
Ooh, I like that. Speaking of sweet treats, can I offer them fresh-baked cookies? Is that too much?
The smell of cookies can be nice. But let's talk more about scent later. First, let's set the temperature.
You're so right. Temperature is key. Nobody wants a house that's freezing or sweltering.
Aim for a comfortable temperature that says, welcome, relax, come on in.
So we've got curb appeal, deep cleaning, decluttering, and the right temperature. It's a whole new house already.
We're just getting started. Now let's talk lighting. Light and bright.
So open up those curtains, let the sunshine in. But what about those dark and gloomy days? Or rooms that just don't get much light?
You got to be strategic. Turn on all those lights, overhead lamps, even the appliance lights.
The appliance lights, okay.
A well-lit home. It just feels bigger, more inviting.
I've heard that the type of light bulb matters too. Like warm or cool light. Does that really make a difference?
Absolutely. Warm white bulbs are great for living spaces and bedrooms. More cozy. Cool white bulbs are good for kitchens and bathrooms. More energizing.
So we're thinking about the amount of light, but also the type of light and the mood we're going for. This is intense.
It's all about the details. Now let's move on to the fun part, setting the mood.
Yeah, this is where we get to be creative. So how do we create that wow factor that makes buyers fall in love?
Think about the story you're telling. What's the vibe? Is it romantic? Family friendly?
Good question.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking you can work from home and never leave kind of vibe.
Okay, love it. So we want to create spaces that are both stylish and functional. Cozy throws, some books, maybe a little home office with a nice view.
Oh yeah, I love that. But before we go too far, we're part of Laddie Dillon's real estate team here. We want to help people buy, sell, invest in real estate, especially in the Peel region. Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, Laddie's been helping people in Peel region since 2007. Give them a call at 905-598-0725 before you make any decisions.
Yo!
Okay, now back to the good stuff.
Yes. We want you to be informed. So where were we? Ah, yes, creating that mood.
Right. Let's dive back in. Make my house irresistible to buyers.
So we're going for that stylish and functional work-from-home vibe. Little touches can make a big difference. Fresh flowers, bowl of fruit, and maybe some art.
Okay, so like a gallery wall, but maybe less cheesy inspirational quotes.
Exactly. Choose pieces that complement your style. You want to enhance the space, not clutter it up.
Got it. Sophisticated gallery wall. Check. Now what about scent? Can I finally bake those cookies?
Scent is powerful, but we got to be careful. Some people love the smell of baking, others not so much.
No cookies. Okay, fine. What kind of scents are we talking about then?
Light and natural. A hint of citrus or vanilla, something subtle. You could even simmer cinnamon sticks on the stove.
Ooh, that sounds nice and cozy. Like a spa day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got the house clean, decluttered, well-lit, and subtly scented. What else can we do to make it stand out?
Think about those special features. What makes your house unique? Maybe it's a fireplace, original floors, or an amazing view.
Oh, like that little nook in my attic. I turned it into a reading room. It's super cute.
Exactly. Those details add character. Highlight them. You could even make little cards with info about their history.
I like that. It's like giving the house a voice. What about upgrades? Should I mention those too?
Definitely. New appliances, a new HVAC system, those are big selling points. Buyers love that stuff.
Makes sense. They want to know they're getting a good deal. So we're showcasing the looks and the practical things.
Exactly. It's like a behind-the-scenes tour of everything that makes this house special. Now let's shift gears for a sec and talk about pricing.
Pricing, that's the big question. How do we figure out what our house is really worth?
We got to look at the market research, similar homes in the area, recent sales, current trends.
So it's not just about what we think our house is worth.
Right? It's easy to get sentimental. We have to be objective, look at the data, and set a competitive price.
Okay, research the competition and make it fair. What if we get a lowball offer? How do we handle that without freaking out?
Lowball offers happen. It's part of the game. Don't take it personally. Stay calm and reiterate your asking price. Explain your reasoning.
So be firm but open to negotiation. Is there a trick to countering a low offer?
No tricks, but there are strategies. You can highlight your home's features and upgrades. Show that data you gathered.
It's like saying, hey, we know what we're talking about.
Right. And remember, you don't have to accept a bad offer. You can walk away.
Okay, that's good to know. It's easy to feel pressured, but we have the power to say no. Now, what about contingencies? Those sound a little scary.
Contingencies are common. They're just conditions that need to be met before the sale is final, like financing a home inspection and an appraisal.
So it's like a safety net for buyers, making sure they can actually afford the house.
Exactly. The home inspection lets them check for any problems, and the appraisal makes sure the price is right.
So it's all about protecting both the buyer and the seller. That makes sense. Okay, so pricing negotiations, contingencies, is getting pretty intense.
We're covering all the bases.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. Presentation.
Presentation, so like what I wear to the showings. Should I dress up?
Not exactly. I'm talking about how your home looks in photos and listings online.
So we got to create that visual masterpiece. Show off all the beauty and charm.
Exactly. Good photos, virtual tours, and a great description. They all make a difference.
So no more blurry cell phone pics.
Nope. Invest in professional photography. They know how to make your home look amazing.
Okay, so we're hiring a model for my house. I love it. What about staging? Is that important?
Staging is huge. It can totally transform a space. Help buyers see themselves living there.
So it's not just decluttering. It's about arranging furniture and decor, creating a mood.
Exactly. Think about your ideal buyer. Who are they? What kind of lifestyle do they have? Stage your home to match that.
Wow, this is a lot more strategic than I thought. It's like a whole performance.
You got it. It's about telling a story, highlighting those amazing features, and connecting with buyers on an emotional level.
And of course, when it comes to this whole selling process, don't forget, Laddie Dillon and his team are here to help.
Absolutely. We're experts in the Peel region, Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, buying, selling, investing. Give Laddie a call, 905-598-0725.
Perfect. Okay, so we've covered pricing, negotiations, contingencies, and even presentation. Phew, I'm feeling more confident already.
You're doing great. Now let's talk about that final stage, the closing process.
The closing, that's the finish line.
Right.
Right? We've done all the work. Now it's time to hand over the keys. But what actually happens during closing? So the closing, it's like the finish line.
Right.
After all that prep and staging and negotiating, we're finally handing over the keys.
Yeah.
But what actually happens at closing?
It usually involves a final walkthrough, signing all those documents, and then the fun part, the money changes hands.
Okay, so more than just a handshake.
Yeah.
What happens during that final walkthrough?
It's the buyer's last chance to make sure everything's good, that the property's still in the same condition, and any agreed upon repairs are done.
Like a final check before making it official.
Exactly. It's about making sure everyone's happy and confident.
Got it. So once the walkthrough is done, it's document signing time.
Mhm.
Do I need my fancy pen?
Maybe. This is where ownership officially transfers. from seller to buyer. There's usually a closing meeting with lawyers and the title company, and of course us. We all get together to sign everything.
Sounds like a lot of paperwork. What kinds of documents are we talking about?
The main one is the deed that transfers ownership. Then there's the mortgage note with all the loan details and the closing statement. That sums up all the finances.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need my real estate expert there to make sure I understand everything.
Absolutely. We're here to help you every step of the way.
That's a relief. So once the documents are signed, then the money magic happens.
Yes. The buyer's funds are transferred to the seller, and we take care of any closing costs, like title insurance and attorney fees.
Wow, we've covered so much, from curb appeal to closing costs. It's been quite a journey. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners?
Selling a house can be stressful. Stay focused on your goals. Do your research, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
And if you're in the Peel region, Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, you know who to call. Laddie Dillon and his team. They've got over 17 years of experience helping buyers and sellers navigate the real estate world.
Give Laddie a call at 905-598-0725. We're here to answer your questions, offer expert advice, and help you achieve those real estate dreams.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave our listeners with something to think about. Imagine you're the buyer, walking into your home for the very first time. What's that one thing that would make you say, this is it, this is home?
Keep that in mind as you prepare your house, because that feeling, that connection, that's what turns a house into a home.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.